Well, right now it's a very exciting time, and matriculants have finished their exams and they'll be starting a brand new and exciting chapter of their lives. Now, while some may be going to university, others may be taking a gap year or vocational adventures to help to navigate the way through life and the, of course, ultimate adventures of a future career. Now, we are chatting right now to career entrepreneur Jeremy, who has just launched his book yesterday called Breakaway, and he's here to give us a bit of an insight into what it means to maybe even do that. And maybe, like, as a starting point, we can talk about how important it is for matrics right now, Jeremy, to be taking that little moment to just step back and say, I've just had a crazy exam period, but right now I need to maybe go outside, see the world, enjoy the world, have an adventure, and then come back and have a career. How important is that?
I think it's very important. You know, as we all know, once you've been in matric, it's all just about getting to the finish line, then you go on matric rage, and then it's just about having a party for a week. But then it's very much about sort of coming back to reality and saying, what next? And some people may get into university, a lot of people won't. And I think breakaway is imperative because ultimately the career landscape is in a huge amount of turbulence. There's competition, technology, there's huge amounts of unemployment. People have to be a lot more innovative in how they develop their careers. And the only way to understand who you are and what drives you and what your passions and your values are is to go out and to create a window of experience where you can go into the world and you can have conversations with people, you can try things out. A lot of the things that we do at school are based on theory, and we often go on the wisdom of our parents and our peers and teachers. But the reality is there's no better wisdom than direct personal experience.
Yeah, and talk about parents. I mean, that's, I guess, the first hurdle that you need to jump over. You need to convince your parents as a matriculant that right now I need to go out there into the world and experience it. So how important is it for parents to realize that importance? Because perhaps there are some parents right now watching at home and they need to know that their children need to go out there and see the world.
Well, I think parents need to know that nothing can be taken for granted anymore. You know, in South Africa, we've got a huge unemployment rate. There were 46 graduates chasing every single vacancy in the UK last year.
Wow.
There's just a massive paper that's come out by Oxford University which suggests that in the next 2 decades, almost half of all jobs that people are involved in now could be replaced by machines. And it's actually presumptuous for parents to assume that they know what their kids are going to enjoy when ultimately all they've been doing in school is essentially following through on a very sort of conventional set of subjects and society choices. Whereas we don't actually know how many career choices there are out there. When I was researching this book, I couldn't come to a figure, because things are changing so much and so quickly that, yeah, parents can't assume that they know what's best for their kids or what opportunities are available to them.
Yeah, it's a very scary thought for a parent to think that I don't know what's best for my kid. I mean, I've been raising them for the past 18 years. But why did you choose to write about this topic?
Well, because I had parents. I went to school. I had very significant opportunities, and as much as my parents loved me and wanted to guide me into sort of careers that they thought were acceptable or suitable, ultimately they needed to give me the space to find what I find meaningful.
Yeah.
And innovation is such an important thing these days. We are driven to be at the cutting edge of whatever it is that we do. If you're in any way sort of suboptimal, you're not going to survive in this competitive landscape. And what you find meaningful is the most important thing when it comes to innovation. You have to be passionate, you have to be very good at what you do, and you have to really value what you're doing. Otherwise, you're not going to succeed.
Very true, yeah. Yeah. But listen, I'm very excited about your book, and I'm thinking of buying it for my sister right now, who's just, she's finishing grade 11 and going to matric next year, but I wanted to read it in the year that she's in grade 12, for her to maybe gain a new perspective of what life out there can offer for her. So congratulations on the book.
Thank you very much.
Well done on the launch that you had.
Thank you very much.
Yesterday as well. So, I mean, I think for parents right now, very important to note now that there's a whole new world that has developed that we might not be aware of because we grew up in a different generation, but still, giving your kids the time and the opportunity to absorb themselves into this new world is maybe a very, very valuable time right now. But of course, yesterday we received the very sad news of the passing of Phil Hughes, Australian cricketer at the age of 25, who was hit in the head by a bouncer, and yeah, he passed away. It was very, very sad. Right now we're talking to Dr. Darren Green about this, what happened, and we're going to hear from Graham. Graham, right now.